Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we are diving deep into the world of United Kingdom 2 shilling coins, commonly known as florins. These coins, minted over a range of years and in various conditions, are not only a fascinating part of British numismatic history but also highly sought after by collectors around the globe. In this video, we'll explore the top 5 most valuable United Kingdom 2 shilling coins, highlighting different conditions, mint marks, and years. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin journey, this guide will help you understand what makes these coins truly priceless. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 2 shilling coin, also known as the florin, dated 1959, in circulated condition. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, but when you dig into its history, design, and collector demand, you'll quickly realize why it still holds importance in the numismatic market today. In this video, we'll uncover its background, unique features, rarity in worn condition, and, most importantly, its auction market value in US dollars. So sit back, relax, and let's take a closer look at this classic British coin. The 2 shilling coin, or florin, was first introduced in the United Kingdom in 1849 as part of an early attempt to move toward a decimal currency system. Each florin was worth 2 shillings, equivalent to 1/10 of a pound. By 1959, Britain was still using its traditional pre-decimal system, and the florin played a vital role in everyday transactions. The 1959 2 shilling coin was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period marked by post-war recovery, modernization, and cultural change in Britain. These coins were widely circulated, used daily by millions of people for shopping, transport, and basic expenses. Because of this heavy use, finding examples today in pristine condition can be challenging, which adds an interesting layer of collectability, even for circulated pieces. The 1959 2 shilling coin has several distinctive design elements that make it instantly recognizable. On the obverse, the coin features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This early effigy shows the Queen facing right, wearing a laurel wreath, symbolizing continuity and tradition. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription identifying her as Queen. On the reverse, the coin displays a crowned rose flanked by thistles, shamrocks, and leeks, representing England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. This powerful design symbolizes unity across the United Kingdom. The denomination 2 shillings and the date 1959 are clearly visible, framed by a clean, balanced layout. The coin is struck in cupronickel, has a smooth edge, and a solid feel that reflects the quality of mid-20th century British minting. Even in circulated condition, many examples still retain strong details, making them attractive to collectors. From a mintage perspective, the 1959 2 shilling coin is not extremely rare, as millions were produced. However, rarity in numismatics is not only about low mintage, it's also about survival in collectible condition. Since these coins were heavily used in everyday commerce, most surviving examples show noticeable wear, scratches, or dull surfaces. Collectors often seek circulated or lightly damaged coins as affordable entry points into British numismatics. While high-grade uncirculated examples command higher premiums, circulated 1959 florins still attract steady demand due to their historical context and classic design. Coins with readable inscriptions, strong portraits, and minimal corrosion are especially desirable, even if they show honest wear. When it comes to auction and secondary market values, the 1959 UK 2 shilling coin in circulated condition typically sells within a modest but respectable range. As of recent auction trends, circulated examples usually fetch around $2 to $8, depending on overall wear, eye appeal, and seller reputation. Coins in better circulated grades such as very fine or extremely fine can sometimes reach $324,000, especially if they have sharp details and minimal damage. While this coin is not a high-value rarity, its consistent market presence makes it a stable and reliable collectible. Prices can fluctuate based on demand, silver-colored appearance, and nostalgia among collectors of Queen Elizabeth II coinage. If you're considering adding a 1959 2 shilling coin to your collection, there are a few important tips to keep in mind. First, always examine the coin's condition carefully. Look for clear dates, legible inscriptions, and minimal corrosion. Second, buy from reputable dealers or verified auction platforms to avoid cleaned or altered coins. It's also a good idea to store your coin properly, using coin holders or capsules to prevent further wear. Even circulated coins can maintain or slightly increase their value over time if preserved well. Finally, remember that collecting isn't only about profit, it's about owning a piece of history that tells a story of everyday life in mid-20th century Britain. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 2 shilling 1959 coin may not be a rare treasure worth thousands, but it remains an important and collectible piece of British numismatic history. Its connection to Queen Elizabeth II, its symbolic reverse design, and its role in pre-decimal currency give it lasting appeal. In circulated condition, it offers collectors an affordable way to own a genuine historical coin, with current market values ranging from a few dollars to the low teens. If you enjoy collecting classic UK coins or are just starting your numismatic journey, the 1959 florin is definitely worth a closer look. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 shilling coin, also known as the florin, dated 1965, examined specifically in fine condition. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, but behind its silver-toned surface lies a rich story of British history, changing monetary systems, and steady collector interest. In this video, we'll uncover the coin's background, its unique design features, how condition affects rarity and demand, and most importantly, its current auction market value in US dollars. If you collect British coins or are simply curious about what your old coins might be worth, this video is for you. The 2 shilling coin, commonly referred to as the florin, was introduced into British currency in 1849 as part of an early step toward decimalisation. Its value 2 shillings, or 1/10 of a pound, made it compatible with a future decimal system long before decimalisation officially arrived in 1971. By 1965, the United Kingdom was in a period of transition. Traditional pre-decimal coins were still in everyday circulation, but plans for modernising the currency were already underway. The 1965 2 shilling was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose portrait appears on the obverse. These coins were struck for general circulation and were commonly used in daily transactions across Britain. Although not made of silver, unlike earlier florins, the 1965 issue reflects the economic and material changes of the post-war era, being struck in cupronickel, a durable and practical alloy. This year represents one of the later chapters in the long history of the florin, which would officially disappear just a few years later. The design of the 1965 2 shilling coin is a major reason it remains attractive to collectors today. On the obverse, we see the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This elegant depiction shows the Queen facing right, wearing a laurel wreath, symbolizing continuity and tradition. Surrounding the portrait is the Latin inscription identifying her as Queen and Defender of the Faith, a feature deeply rooted in British numismatic tradition. The reverse design is particularly striking. It features a crowned rose flanked by thistles and shamrocks, representing England, Scotland, and Ireland respectively. This floral composition symbolizes unity within the United Kingdom and is one of the most iconic reverse designs in British coinage. The denomination 2 shillings and the date 1965 are clearly displayed, framed neatly within the design. In fine condition, many of these details remain visible, though some wear as expected on the higher points of the design. When discussing rarity, it's important to be clear. The 1965 2 shilling coin is not rare in absolute terms, as millions were minted for circulation. However, rarity in the coin market is often about condition, preservation, and demand, not just mintage numbers. Coins that have survived in higher grades are naturally more desirable than in damaged or heavily worn condition, such as coins with deep scratches, corrosion, bent edges, or excessive smoothing. Collector demand drops significantly. These pieces are often valued close to face value or slightly above, mainly as filler coins for beginners or bulk collectors. However, even damaged examples still hold historical interest, especially for those completing date runs of British pre-decimal coinage. Interestingly, some collectors actively seek damaged coins for educational or comparative purposes, especially when showcasing how circulation affects design details over time. Still, from an investment perspective, damaged examples rarely command strong auction prices unless they display unusual errors or striking anomalies. Now let's get to the part everyone is waiting for: auction market value in US dollars. A 1965 UK 2 shilling coin in fine condition typically sells in the range of $433,000 at online auctions, depending on eye appeal, strike quality, and overall wear. Coins on the higher end of the fine grade, with clearer legends and stronger reverse details, may push slightly above this range. If the coin grades very fine or better, values can rise to $216,000, particularly when sold through reputable auction platforms with strong bidder interest. Uncirculated examples, while still not extremely rare, can reach $321,000, especially when professionally graded. It's also worth noting that mint errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, can dramatically increase value, sometimes reaching $100 or more, even for a common date like 1965. Market prices fluctuate based on collector trends, currency interest, and overall demand for pre-decimal British coins. If you own or are considering buying a 1965 2-shilling coin, there are several tips to keep in mind. First, always examine the condition carefully. In fine condition, key design elements like the Queen's facial features and the floral reverse should still be visible, though worn. Avoid harshly cleaned coins, as cleaning can significantly reduce value. Consider proper storage. Use coin flips, capsules, or acid-free holders to prevent further wear or environmental damage. Even modest coins can increase in desirability over time if well preserved. Third, stay informed by following auction results and collector forums to understand current market trends. Remember that while this coin may not make you rich overnight, it holds strong historical and educational value. Building a collection is as much about the story behind the coin as it is about price. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 2-shilling 1965 coin in fine condition is a wonderful example of late British pre-decimal currency. While not rare in the traditional sense, it carries historical significance, elegant design, and steady collector interest. Its auction market value in dollars remains affordable, making it an excellent entry point for new collectors and a meaningful addition for seasoned numismatists. Whether you're holding one in your collection, considering a purchase, or simply enjoying the history behind it, this coin represents the closing years of an era in British money. Next up, the United Kingdom 2-shilling coin, also known as the florin, dated 1966. You might be surprised to learn that even in damaged or heavily worn condition, this coin still attracts collectors and appears regularly in auctions. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the 1966 2-shilling remains historically important, how damage affects its value, and what kind of prices it can realistically achieve in today's market, all explained clearly in US dollars. The 2-shilling coin, or florin, was introduced in the United Kingdom in 1849 as part of an early attempt to prepare the public for decimalisation. Worth 1/10 of a pound, it played a key role in everyday British commerce for over a century. By 1966, Britain was nearing the end of the pre-decimal era, with decimalisation officially arriving in 1971. This makes the 1966 florin one of the final circulating 2-shilling coins, adding historical weight to its existence. The 1966 issue was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, at a time when Britain was experiencing economic shifts, cultural change, and modernization. Although millions were produced, many were heavily circulated, mishandled, or later damaged after being withdrawn from use. As a result, surviving examples today often appear in scratched, corroded, bent, or clean condition, which directly influences their value but does not eliminate collector interest. The 1966 2-shilling coin is made from cupronickel, a durable alloy that replaced silver in earlier florins. The obverse features the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, one of the most iconic royal portraits in British coinage history. The Queen's youthful profile, surrounded by a Latin inscription, gives the coin a clean and dignified appearance even when worn on the reverse. We see a powerful and symbolic design: the rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek, representing England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. This floral arrangement symbolizes unity across the United Kingdom and remains one of the most recognizable florin designs. Even when the coin is damaged, collectors can often still appreciate these national symbols, which helps maintain interest in lower-grade examples. While the 1966 2-shilling is not rare in absolute numbers, rarity in the coin world is not only about mintage, it's also about survival and condition. Many 1966 florins were lost, melted, or damaged beyond recognition. Coins in damaged condition may show heavy scratches, edge nicks, corrosion spots, environmental staining, or cleaning marks. Normally, damage lowers value, but it does not erase demand. Collectors of British pre-decimal coinage, beginner numismatists, and historical enthusiasts often seek affordable examples to complete date runs. For these collectors, damaged coins provide an entry point into the hobby. Additionally, bulk buyers and world coin dealers actively trade damaged florins, especially when demand rises during nostalgia cycles or anniversary years related to decimalization. Now let's talk about what most people really want to know: auction market value in US dollars. A 1966 2-shilling coin in damaged condition typically sells for $416,000 in online auctions, depending on visibility of details and severity of damage. Coins with extreme corrosion, holes, or bends may fall closer to the lower end of this range. However, if the damage is light, such as surface scratches or edge-wear, prices can reach $113,000, especially when multiple bidders are involved. In bulk coin lots, damaged 1966 florins sometimes sell for even more on a per-coin basis when paired with other pre-decimal coins. While these values may seem modest, they are still significant for a coin that is over half a century old and no longer legal tender. If you own a damaged 1966 2-shilling coin, do not clean it. Cleaning often reduces value further and can permanently harm the surface. Instead, store it in a dry place, preferably in a coin flip or protective sleeve. Even damaged coins benefit from proper storage. For collectors, damaged florins are best used as placeholder coins, teaching tools, or budget additions to a collection. When buying, look for coins where the date and main design elements are still visible. These tend to perform better in resale and auctions. Always compare recent auction results rather than fixed seller prices, and remember that historical interest can drive value even when condition is poor. To sum it all up, the United Kingdom 2-shilling 1966 is a coin rich in history, symbolism, and collector appeal. Even in damaged condition, it remains relevant in today's numismatic market, regularly appearing in auctions and collections around the world. While it won't make you rich overnight, it represents a meaningful piece of Britain's monetary past and offers steady, reliable value for collectors at every level. Next up, the United Kingdom 2-shilling coin, also known as the florin, dated 1963, and examined here in excellent condition. While this coin may not always grab headlines like ultra-rare gold issues, it holds a special place among collectors due to its historical importance, elegant design, and steady demand at auctions. In this video, we'll explore its background, unique features, rarity, collector interest even in damaged condition, and, most importantly, its current auction market value in US dollars. So stay with us till the end, especially if you're a collector or investor looking for smart additions to your collection. The 2-shilling coin, commonly referred to as the florin, was first introduced in the United Kingdom in 1849. It was a groundbreaking coin because it marked Britain's early step toward decimalization, being valued at 1/10 of a pound. By the time we reached 1963, the florin was already a well-established denomination in everyday British circulation. The 1963 issue was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period characterized by modernization, post-war recovery, and growing global influence of British coinage. This coin was minted at the Royal Mint, primarily for circulation, which means millions were produced, yet condition plays a massive role in determining its value today. The 1963 2-shilling coin is admired for its clean, balanced design. On the obverse, it features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which many collectors consider one of the most graceful royal portraits ever used on British coinage. The reverse displays a crowned rose flanked by thistles, shamrocks, and leeks, symbolizing the unity of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. The coin is struck in cupronickel, has a reeded edge, and measures approximately 28.5 mm in diameter. In excellent condition, details such as the crown, floral emblems, and facial features remain sharp, adding significantly to its visual and collectible appeal. In general terms, the 1963 florin is not considered extremely rare due to its relatively high mintage. However, rarity in numismatics is not only about numbers, it's about survival and condition. Coins that were heavily circulated often suffer from scratches, rim damage, corrosion, or wear. Even in damaged or heavily circulated condition, the 1963 2-shilling coin still attracts beginner collectors and historical enthusiasts. These lower-grade examples are commonly collected as affordable entry pieces, keeping consistent demand alive in the market. Collectors who focus on date sets or Queen Elizabeth II type collections often seek this coin regardless of condition. Now let's talk money. In today's auction market, The value of a 1963 UK 2 shilling coin in excellent condition typically ranges between $433,000, depending on eye appeal, surface quality, and overall preservation. Coins graded extremely fine to about uncirculated can sometimes achieve slightly higher prices, especially if professionally graded. In contrast, damaged or heavily worn examples usually sell between $221,000. While these values may seem modest, it's important to remember that florins like this one are often traded steadily, making them reliable and liquid collectibles rather than speculative rarities. If you're considering adding the 1963 2 shilling coin to your collection, condition should be your top priority. Look for coins with minimal scratches, strong luster, and clear details on both sides. Avoid harshly cleaned coins, as cleaning significantly reduces value. Storing your coin properly in a protective capsule or acid-free holder will help preserve its condition over time. For long-term collectors, assembling a complete run of florins from Queen Elizabeth II's reign can be both rewarding and educational. Always research recent auction results to understand fair market pricing before buying or selling. To sum it up, the United Kingdom 2 shilling 1963 florin may not be a hidden fortune, but it is a beautiful, historically rich, and consistently collectible coin. In excellent condition, it represents a solid piece of mid-20th century British history and remains popular in auctions worldwide. Whether you're a beginner building your first collection or a seasoned numismatist completing a set, this coin offers charm, stability, and historical value. Next up, the 2 shilling coin from 1954. This coin, often overlooked in everyday collections, carries a rich heritage and has become a prized item for collectors, especially in very fine condition. In this video, we will explore its history, unique characteristics, rarity, current market value in dollars, and offer some practical tips for collectors looking to add this gem to their portfolios. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, this deep dive into the 1954 2 shilling coin is bound to be insightful. The United Kingdom 2 shilling coin, commonly referred to as a florin, was first introduced in 1849 as part of the efforts to decimalize the British currency system. By the mid-20th century, the florin had become an essential part of everyday currency, representing 1/10 of a pound sterling. The 1954 issue belongs to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who ascended the throne in 1952. This coin reflects the early period of her reign, making it historically significant as it represents the transition from George VI's coinage to that of Elizabeth II. The 1954 2 shilling coin was minted at the Royal Mint in London, and it was composed primarily of 50% silver, with the remainder being copper. This combination of metals not only gives the coin a distinctive weight and feel, but also contributes to its durability and collector appeal today. During the 1950s, the coin saw relatively high circulation, but the survival of coins in very fine condition is comparatively low, which significantly enhances its collectible value. The 1954 2 shilling coin features several distinguishing elements that make it instantly recognizable. The obverse of the coin depicts a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the laurel wreath, accompanied by the inscription Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse, the coin showcases the crowned Tudor rose, a traditional symbol of England, flanked by ornate detailing and the denomination 2 shillings. The level of detail in the floral design, combined with the crisp lettering, is a key factor in determining the coin's grade and value. Coins in very fine condition exhibit visible details in both the portrait and the floral pattern, with only minor wear on the high points. Collectors particularly appreciate the sharpness of the crown and rose, which can set a well-preserved coin apart from others in circulated condition. While the 1954 2 shilling coin was produced in large numbers, surviving examples in very fine or higher grades are relatively scarce. Coins that have been damaged, through heavy circulation, scratches, or improper cleaning, can still hold some value, but their appeal to collectors drops significantly compared to those in pristine condition. Even minor nicks or uneven toning can affect the market price. Collector demand for the 1954 2 shilling coin is driven not only by its historical significance but also by its silver content and classic design. Numismatists often seek out coins that demonstrate the transition from pre-decimal to modern British coinage. This combination of historical relevance and aesthetic appeal ensures that even coins in less than perfect condition maintain a steady interest, though premium prices are reserved for coins in very fine, extra fine, or uncirculated states as of recent auctions and private sales. The 1954 2-shilling coin in very fine condition typically commands prices ranging from $35 to $70, depending on the quality of the strike, toning, and overall eye appeal. Coins with exceptional luster, minimal wear, and excellent detail on the Queen's portrait and the Tudor rose can sell for even higher, sometimes reaching over $100 in competitive auction settings. It is important to note that values fluctuate based on market demand, silver prices, and collector trends. Coins sold in bulk or at local coin shops may fetch lower prices, while those sold through specialized auctions or to dedicated collectors often achieve top market value. Having a professional grading certificate from a recognized service like NGC or PCGS can also significantly enhance the coin's market appeal and selling price. For those looking to acquire the 1954 2-shilling coin, a few practical tips can help you make informed decisions. Examine the details. Focus on the sharpness of the Queen's portrait, the crown, and the Tudor rose. These details are crucial in verifying the coin's grade. Check for damage. Avoid coins with significant scratches, dents, or corrosion. Even minor damage can dramatically reduce the coin's value. Seek certification. Purchasing certified coins from trusted grading services ensures authenticity and protects your investment. Compare prices. Look at recent auction results and sales from reputable coin dealers to gauge fair market value. Preserve properly. Store coins in acid-free holders, away from humidity and excessive light, to maintain their condition and value over time. The 1954 United Kingdom 2-shilling coin is more than just a piece of silver. It is a slice of British history, a testament to the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and a cherished item for collectors worldwide. Its blend of historical significance, elegant design, and scarcity in very fine condition makes it a coin worth pursuing. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or a newcomer, owning a 1954 2-shilling coin offers both aesthetic pleasure and investment potential. Thank you for joining us on this detailed journey through the 1954 2-shilling coin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more in-depth explorations of rare coins and their stories. Until next time, happy collecting!